is your time to unwind, so sit back and relax, okay? Because we are all ASMR here. We are going to chill out. We are going to decompress from the stresses of daily life. No matter what is troubling you, what's stressing you out, this is your time to compartmentalise, to put all those worries in a little box and lock them away for the next 20 minutes or so. Hey Infima, how are you? Infima says, yay, decompression. Yes, welcome to the decompression live stream. I think that's what I'll name it, decompression. You're going to decompress, 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 decompress. Relax. Do you like tapping, scratching? So this is a little shampoo I got when I was staying at a hotel a good few months ago. Are you like me? Do you take all the little shampoos home with you? I take everything. I literally am like Ross from Friends, you know, in that episode where he stuffs his suitcase full of everything you can find in the hotel room. And then he has the rules like you can steal the batteries but not the TV remote. You can steal the light bulb, you can't steal the lamp. Do you remember that? I don't go that far. I just steal, like, not steal, I take the little shampoos. Because when they're open, they only chuck them away, don't they? So it'll be rude not to take them. How are you? I hope you're looking after yourself. I really do. I don't know where you are right now, but where I am, the nights are drawing in now. It's getting darker. And also, it's getting colder. Today was the first noticeably cold day we've had in a while, where I've actually wanted to put like layers on and jumpers on, and it's kind of like a really nice feeling, like the change, the fall season is coming, and I don't know, for me it brings like a feeling of nostalgia and a bit of comfort, and I just get like a little warm fuzzy feeling in my stomach. I don't know why. I think it's because, you know, these are the cozy times we're going into, and also Halloween and bonfire night where all the cozy things come out, like, well, it's not cozy, but like mulled wine and fireworks and decorations. Hello Simon, hello. Thank you for being a member, and Infima, thank you for being a member. Relax. I can do the thing now. You know, like ASMR artists always do this, and like it used to really hurt, but it doesn't anymore. But anyway, I don't know if you enjoy that as a trigger, but we'll just do it. Anyway. So I've got some interesting things down here. They're not triggers, but there's some personal development sheets that I printed out. And some of them have really interesting questions on them. So I might read some out to you. So here, for example, we've got Dr. Gary Chapman's five love languages, and you may have heard about the love language thing, and you can take it with a pinch of salt if you wish, but they are interesting, and it's always fun to like join in and discover what your love language is. Hello Jaden, I hope you're looking after yourself. So if you don't already know what the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 love languages are, I'll read them out to you, okay? And let me know if you know them in the chat, okay? So we've got quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and gifts. Gift giving. Hello Trapster, how are you? I hope you're looking after yourself. Welcome to the live stream. So we're just talking about Dr. Gary Chapman's 5 love languages. Hello William, I'm glad you're here. I hope you're looking after yourself. Don't forget to relax everyone. Relax your shoulders. If you're hunched over like me, over a computer screen all day, like your neck gets so sore. So give it like a little rub and really relax your neck. Relax and roll your shoulders and breathe and relax your jaw, okay? So the 5 love languages are quality time, physical touch, words of affirmation, acts of service, and gift giving. So now we're going to put them in order. So I want you to tell me what your preference is in regards to love language. How do you like to receive love? Is it through words of affirmation, like I love you? Or physical touch? You're quite a touchy-feely and affectionate person. Is it through spending quality time with someone, really, putting down your phones and chatting and talking or going for a walk with them? Is it through acts of service, like having someone cook for you, or you cooking for someone, or doing someone's cleaning, or is that how you show your love to someone? And is that how you like to receive your love? And gifts. So obviously I don't know, plants, or you know what a gift is. It could be anything. Hi Eves, how are you? So yeah, let me know which one is your love language, and you can pick more than one. I think at the bottom of mine is probably gifts. I think that's at the bottom of my one. So yeah, that's interesting. I think we've gone over that before, haven't we? And again, this is your live stream, so if you have a request for a trigger, I will try and do it for you, depending on, if it's one that I can do. Okay? So, yeah, let me know what your love language is. I'm very curious. And here we have just a few questions that get you thinking. So, I'm not going to say all of them, but it's all about relationships, and they're questions to drive connection. So it's got the obvious things, for example, do you want kids? But it also has questions including where are you most empowered in your life, and where are you least empowered in your life? I think they're 2 very good questions, and they really do make you think, don't they? I'm just going to put the live chat on completely. There we go. Yes, tapping, 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 tapping. Hello Baptiste, how are you, my lovely? I hope you're looking after yourself. Okay, so welcome welcome to the decompression live stream where we are going to totally decompress and we're totally going to relax, okay? So I'm going to do some tapping and ask you some very probing questions. So, where are you most empowered in your life? And where are you least empowered in your life? What are your greatest fears in general and in a relationship? You don't have to answer these, you can just think about them. These are all related to romantic relationships, these questions. What are the qualities most important to you in a romantic relationship? Do you like that tapping sound? I can tap on this candle as well. It's the candle that we were using in the other live stream, the one that is just so gorgeous. I just want to eat it. It's a spooky, spooky candle. A spooky, spooky candle. A spooky, spooky candle. I'm just going to pop it back there. There we go. 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 Do you think you are good at resolving conflict in your life? Be honest. I think, some people are very good at nipping conflict in the bud, and then some people are just so afraid of conflict that they don't have any boundaries. And then they let people kind of walk all over them because they just don't know how to say no or how to approach a conflict or whatnot. So they, end up just sacrificing a lot. And then others are really good at just being like, right, what's the problem here? Do you have a problem with me? Let's sort this out. And then, it's water under the bridge. And then others hold a grudge. And I'm sure there's many more conflict styles. Hello. Trapster asks, what did you eat for dinner today? So for dinner today, I had a homemade vegetarian shepherd's pie. And it was made with lentils instead of mince. And it had onions, carrots and peas in it. And then mashed potato, obviously, because you can't have a shepherd's pie without the mashed potato on top. Hello Alexis, I'm good. How are you, my lovely? It's nice to see you here. Baptiste says the worst is when you have conflict with yourself. Yeah, I mean, the battle of you and your brain, right? Well, you are your brain. But yes, Baptiste, that is very true when you're battling with yourself and your demons. Hey Eddie, all the way from Turkey. What's Turkey up to at the moment? Let me know. What's the temperature in Turkey? I'm glad you're fine. I'm glad you're fine. Conflict questions. Yes, sorry if the live stream is lagging. I'm sitting right by the Wi-Fi extender, but apparently it's not doing a good job. You know, it's very sad when your Wi-Fi is so crap. Maybe I should start actually recording videos, should I? Yeah, maybe that's a sign. Oh, Alexis. So the conflict question was, I can't remember, but I can give you some more. What do I need to be learning more about? That's a great question. I think we are in a constant cycle of learning through life and we never stop learning, and I think that's the beauty of life, because no one ever knows it all, right? I mean, you could be an expert in a subject, but you'll still be learning in other areas of your life, whether it's, your relationships or another subject, or I don't know, learning how to fix a leaky radiator, or I don't know, learning how to paint. All of that. Eddie misses the UK. You moved to Turkey a few months ago and you love it, but you miss the UK and it's about 28 degrees. Yeah, it sounds like a big shift, and obviously it's a big change, and moving is very stressful, and moving to another country, I can imagine, is even more stressful. So look after yourself. I would say take things day by day and see how you go, and I'm sure you'll settle into a routine in no time. Okay, I'm going to pop these over there, and then I'm going to get another one, and let's see what questions I can give you. So here it says, how do you cope with stress? What tools or behaviours show up for you when you're under stress? That's a great one, because sometimes we don't realise how stressed we are, and then we fall back into those coping mechanisms, and we don't realise they're coping mechanisms. So, how do you react when you're under a lot of stress? And what are your coping mechanisms? Let me know. I think I become quite snappy at people around me, very, very, short-tempered. I often cry when I'm stressed. That's definitely a coping mechanism. It's quite a release, when you're stressed and then you have a good cry and then you're like, okay, all the stress is kind of gone. Let me reset. But yeah, it's an interesting question. So, Trapster says the best way to deal with stress is to think about how you can solve the problem and fix the situation and then implement it. Yes, that is a good problem-solving attitude. But, Trapster, my question to you is, when you're really, really stressed, how do you deal with it? I know you say you try and problem solve, but is there anything else that happens when you're really stressed? Like, do you go into the fridge and start comfort eating, or do you shout at people and snap at them? Do you become more judgmental? Yeah. It's like collecting frogs in a bucket, but no matter how long it takes, you'll do it. It's like a deep breathing helps stress, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? So here I have some notes on attachment. You know how much I love attachment theory, and if you've been following me for a while, you would have heard so many things about attachment theory. And here are some notes on the different kinds of attachment styles we can have. So there is the dismissive avoidant attachment, and that's where that means the dismissive avoidant was emotionally neglected by their caregivers during their childhood and learned that they must rely solely on themselves. So therefore they can be withdrawn and easily overwhelmed in relationships. However, once they overcome their core wounds, they can be wonderful partners. And the fearful avoidant attachment style is someone who is fearful avoidant typically had a childhood that was highly tumultuous, often due to physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. However, they also typically had at least one caregiver that was emotionally available, and therefore they tend to have an internal struggle between being vulnerable versus being distant with their partner. So that's the fearful avoidant. And I think sometimes that is called the anxious avoidant. The anxious avoidant. Okay, so then you've got the anxious attachment style. So you've had the two avoidant styles. And an anxious attachment stems from an inconsistent childhood. This means that one or both caregivers were emotionally available for the child, but on a highly variable basis. On a highly variable basis. Therefore, someone with an anxious attachment has a subconscious fear of, say it with me, abandonment, and tends to self-sacrifice to maintain their relationships. Okay, so does any of this resonate with you? Let me know. And then there is the secure attachment style. And what does the secure attachment style mean? So it stems from a healthy caregiving relationship. In adulthood, secure attachments tend to have supportive and communicative relationships. And then the good job is everybody can become secure. You just have to work on your core wounds. So whether you're a dismissive avoidant, a fearful or anxious avoidant person, where you're hot and cold, or the anxious attachment style. And then we've discussed on this channel about the anxious and the avoidant trap. A lot of people who are anxious and avoidant, they tend to gravitate towards each other like magnets. And when you find yourself in one of those dynamics, there's a push and a pull factor, because the anxiously attached partner, when they are like activated and when they think that someone's pulling away from them, their fear of abandonment starts bubbling up inside them. Their unconscious fear of abandonment from, how they were cared for when they were younger, no fault of their own, bubbles up, and they want to get close to their partner to make sure that everything is okay. And then if their partner is an avoidant, they will want to withdraw when they're activated or when they're triggered, because they have learned to solely rely on themselves, so they want some space. but the anxious person can't give them space because they need to know that everything is okay. Does that make sense? Hello, David. I hope you're looking after yourself. Oh, thank you, Alexis. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a wonderful conversation going on about visiting Germany. That's great. I love it when everyone chats to each other in the live streams. It's lovely to watch. And I must say, I don't give you guys enough credit actually. Thank you for being like really amazing in the live chats. I'm gonna touch wood here because there's always gonna be like some trolls and stuff, but you know, in general, you are all just very respectable, and I really do appreciate that because it's such a nice community that I'm trying to build here on my channel. And you know, everyone in the live stream, bar a few occasional people, are just so respectful and lovely. So I do thank you for that. That is very appreciated. Okay. There's a lot of paper triggers in this live stream, isn't there? It's like collecting frogs in a bucket, no matter how long it takes. So do it. Oh, hi, Acalia ASMR. I hope you're looking after yourself. So Acalia ASMR asks, do we have any plans for the weekend? So, because of the Queen's death, they have made Monday a bank holiday for the funeral. So here in England, we've actually got another long weekend ahead of us, and I am not up to much. I am going to another city on Sunday actually, but tomorrow I am literally going to chill out and go for a jog and just try and be healthy, and that's it really. What about you, Acalia? Oh. Hello, my veil. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, Alexis, that's very kind. A haven of peace. Thank you. I hope you feel very peaceful. Hello, Bria B. How are you, my lovely? So, here are some cool negative beliefs. You don't have to say it on this live stream, you don't have to leave a comment, but you are welcome to. But let me know if any of these crop up inside your head on a daily basis or, you know, frequently. So these are negative core beliefs, okay? So, I am not enough. I am alone. I am unloved. If someone tunes in now, they're going to think these are really messed up affirmations. Repeat after me. I am unloved. They're not, by the way. I'm just listing lists of negative core beliefs that some of us may have. I am bad. I am stupid. I am disliked. Have you ever said any of those to yourself in your head, or are you thinking them now? Oh, Trapster, I'm sorry that you experienced bad signal. Do I have a bad connection? It is very annoying. Anyway, I'm saying all those things because they are a list of negative core beliefs. And basically, some people don't realize that they say these things to themselves on a daily basis. And basically, if you keep saying these things to yourself, then you're really, really going to believe them to be true. So it's basically you're trying to find the pattern and find the core wound, and then you have to change your inner dialogue and take note of the emotion that you feel when these phrases pop up inside your head. And then you need to try and reverse that by doing lots of exercises and possibly cognitive behavioural therapy. But anyway, relax. Shall I get some stuff to tap on? Shall I get some stuff? Here is a book that I recently rediscovered. Trapster says words are energy and cast spells. That's why it's called spelling. Change the way you speak about yourself and you can change your life. That's a Bruce Lee quote, apparently. That's a lovely quote, isn't it, Trapster? Thank you for sharing that. Alexis, I will check it out. Half Light by Porcupine Tree. Oh, interesting. Interesting. How are you feeling? I hope that your stress is melting away. I hope that I am helping you relax and become a bit more like jelly before you go to bed. So you can drift off and have lovely dreams about, I don't know, clouds made of candy floss. That's a very generic dream I just described, right? Anyway. Pink, 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 pink moon. Baptiste says food dreams are the best. Food dreams are the best, aren't they? I like the dreams where you wake up and you're like, what is my brain doing? Why am I dreaming that? What is going on? My veil says, for some people, negative thoughts can become natural. Thankfully, you can work on it and gradually change your behaviour. It takes work, but it's possible. There we go. My veil, I'm a firm believer in that. Remember, negative thoughts are patterns in your head, and you just need to break that pattern and install a new one. And yeah, again, all this self-development stuff takes a long time. You know, it does, but you've got to believe that you can create, or you can self-actualize, in the words of Carl Rogers, if we're talking about person-centered therapy. Carl Rogers believed that everyone has the potential to self-actualize, and that means, be the best version of themselves. But sometimes you just need a little help along the way. And in person-centered therapy, the idea of giving someone empathy, being congruent, and displaying unconditional positive regard helps the person, helps them along the way and helps them with their journey to self-actualization. I think I've jinxed it. I said thank you everyone for being great in the live stream and respectful. Hello, how are you, Big? I'm going to call you BB. Baptiste says, I tend to believe that negative thoughts are alright and necessary, but it's debatable. Yeah, I think it depends, right? I think it depends on the scale of the thought and how much it's affecting you. Because if you've got a core belief that you're not enough, right, that's going to be like your underlying. Oh, my throat made a weird noise. That's going to be your underlying kind of assumption about yourself, and if that, it could possibly make you not seek the opportunities that you deserve, because you might look at a salary on a job advert and be like, well, I'm not enough, I'm not worth that amount, so you might not apply, even though you are worth just as much as the next person who applies for that job. So I think if you're getting consumed with negative thoughts, or you have very negative core beliefs about you, I think that could be a potential problem. But yeah, as you say, negative thoughts in general may not be as bad, but I think it just depends on the thought, right? Because there is such a thing as toxic positivity, isn't there? Alexis says, I tend to believe that there are no negative thoughts or positive thoughts, just think thoughts are thoughts. Thoughts are thoughts are thoughts. Now, can we appreciate the fact that we have thoughts? Like, how bizarre is it that we can literally sit here and look in the mirror and think and notice that we us? Does that make sense? It's like, have you ever looked in the mirror at yourself before and like really looked in the mirror Dom, it's nice to see you. Hello, Revive. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. So yeah, I don't know if you've ever done that. It's a bit of a weird thing to do, but really actually looking in the mirror and recognizing that it's you, and like, it just gets a bit weird. Yeah. Alexis has learned meditation to let thoughts flow and come as they are. That's the whole concept of meditation, isn't it? Where you sit there and you're not judgmental of your thoughts, you just let them in and let them flow, and then try not to react emotionally to them. And Alexis says, don't think of a pink elephant, I will think of a pink elephant. Yeah, exactly. When you say pink elephant, you're going to think pink elephant. So, yeah. Baptiste says there are good things about personal development and positive stuff, but the underlying thing is that people who do not succeed blame themselves because these things let you know you're responsible. Yeah, I mean, it's all it's not as black and white as that though, is it? It depends what success means to somebody, and if they think that they haven't succeeded, yeah, I mean, there could be multiple barriers in the way. It could be, cultural barriers, barriers that society has had up. It could be, race barriers for not being able to succeed. But yeah, self-help can sometimes make you feel, like a failure. I do get what you mean there as well. See, it's all about balance, though, isn't it? I think everyone should take responsibility for themselves, though, because you are responsible for yourself, aren't you? And it took me a long time in life to realise that I am responsible for my own emotions, and it's nobody else's responsibility. And if I feel down, or if I am, going through a bad phase, I am responsible for that, if that makes sense. But that took me a very long time to kind of realise, if that makes sense. Hello, Vacuando, how are you? Oh, well, I'm glad that you're here. But yeah, you have to take responsibility for yourself. You have to take responsibility for your own problems and own them. And then it makes life a lot easier. But yeah. That age-old saying is that, you can't control what happens to you. You can't control other people, but you can control how you react to it. But it is easier said than done, and it takes a lot of practice to get there if it doesn't naturally come to you, and I do know that. So you've got to go easy on yourself as well. Wow, isn't life complicated? There's just so many things, right, that you have to do. Yes, Alexa says, it's a long journey to acknowledge that we are responsible for ourselves. Yes. Hi Dom, I'm well, thank you. How are you? I hope you're looking after yourself. I sincerely hope you do. This is quite a deep live stream at the moment, isn't it? Revive says, going for walks, playing video games, and meditation is a great way to escape reality. Sam. Oh, thank you. Oh, very good. Oh, positive vibes to you. Yeah, I know there are a few Instagram meme pages for ASMR specifically, but yeah, I just thought I'd make loads of little cute things that are directly to do with ASMR. Um, I'm not really knowing what I want to achieve with it. I don't think I'm achieving anything with it. It's just like you ever get those random urges to just experiment and do something. That's it really. That's what's happening there. And then one day I'll stop and move on to something else. But yeah, let me know your weird and wonderful hobbies. What are you doing out there to keep sane? It's just like, I don't know about you, but I really love just trying new things, like trying new hobbies and doing things and making things. And even though I'm not great, I really enjoy the process. Um, and like, I'll go through phases, like I'll go through a cake phase and I'll make loads of cakes. And then I'll stop and then I'll go through a graphic design phase and I'll make all the ASMR logos and memes. And then I'll go through a live stream phase where I'll do lots of live streams for you, like one every night. But yeah, it's just, there are so many things to do in life, isn't there? And it is so magical. When you're on a high, cherish the high, and when you feel motivated, cherish the motivation, because it doesn't always last, does it? Hello Bellamy Blue, how are you? I hope you're looking after yourself. A long time no see. Yeah, Bucky Wonder, you saying you believe the first step within personal development begins when one begins to observe and work on oneself and to be able to know oneself. Yeah, it's all about observing and not judging, just being like, oh, I feel like this when that happened, and just staying curious and being like, oh, okay, so why did I feel like that? And do I want to feel like that again next time? Probably not. So let's just delve a little bit deeper into why I reacted like that. And then you peel away the layers of the bullshit and then you get to like the core feeling of, why you've done that or said that or thought that. So yeah. It's all about observing, staying curious. Oh, good night, Alexis. It's lovely to see you. Baptiste says, focusing on things you like is always a good idea. Of course, yeah, you always need to try and bring yourself a bit of joy in your life, right? And you need to focus on something that you enjoy. Anyway, I hope that you are really sleepy, and I hope that you are looking after yourself. It's been very good to chat with you this evening. And take care. I will be seeing you very soon for another chit chat. And again, thank you for being you. I so very much appreciate the fact that you are here on this channel. And there's over 6,000 of you now, and that is just incredible. And yeah, anyway, have a really wonderful weekend. circumstances, it is a bank holiday, and yeah, and let me know if you managed to go and see the Queen lying in state. The queues are huge. People are queuing for, overnight. I don't know how they're doing that. Also, David Beckham was queuing today. So there's lots of like videos on Instagram and like on the news of like David Beckham just queuing to go and see the Queen lying in state, and I think he was there overnight as well. I mean, yeah.